Go on, Richard JTLive, welcome back to another episode of South Stand Stories. It is Leeds United 3, Portsmouth 3. How we drew that game, I will not know. We started off like a house on fire. Before we do get into that, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Welcome back to the home of the forward-thinking pioneers. It's going to be a big season ahead, and I cannot wait to share it all with you guys. But wow, it is Portsmouth. It is 3-3. Leeds United have drawn our opening game. And you're wondering why I'm excited. It's because I'm just excited to be here and happy to be here with you guys. But nonetheless, before the game, there was a lot of people talking about how Portsmouth were going to line up, how they were going to play against us, because it is an unknown commodity. A lot of people thinking they were going to come all guns blazing podcast style at us, which is what a lot of Portsmouth fans said. It's what their manager maybe even alluded to. And it's kind of what we got early doors. I thought they were going to be a bit more cagey and tentative. I think what we got was somewhat in the middle of what I thought and what everyone else was. Well, not everyone, but a lot of people were expecting, in that they were going to come and play their own game. But they did leave gaps in behind. They did come to try and play football. And that played into Leeds' hands very, very well early doors. Early doors, we were swarming them with pressure, and there was so much space in behind. We were living in there rent-free, mate. It was like a flipping vacuum in there. It was beautiful. We hit the bar 3 times in the opening 6 minutes, and it was literally 3 times in 3 minutes as well. Nonto hits the bar from 2 yards, from freaking 4 or 5 yards out. Then we hit the bar from the corner. Firpo, unfortunately, unable to get the rebound off that. It's saved. And then I forget who even hit the bar after that, man. It was so much of a flash. It might have been Nonto again. I'm not 100%, or Rutter maybe. I'm not 100% sure. Please let me know in the comment section down below who hit the bar that 3rd time in the opening 6 minutes. But we started off like a house on fire. We then ended up getting the penalty from Stroik, which we ended up converting. But really and truly, we should have been a lot more to the good. In that opening 10 minutes, we should have been arguably 3 or 4 goals to the good, and this is where Leeds' problems are starting to come again, in the fact that we're dominating a lot of play, we're creating a lot of dangerous possession with the ball, but we're not taking our chances. And when you don't take your chances, you're asking to be punished. Listen, a lot of people, especially while we were losing 2-1, are sat there saying Portsmouth are playing us out, Leeds are shit in the bed, da-da-da-da. I don't necessarily lean into that, because Leeds were the better team. Leeds were the more impressive team. Leeds were the side that was taking the game to them. We were outplaying them. We were manoeuvring the ball around nicely. I thought Leeds played very, very well. I also think Portsmouth didn't really know how to handle us, especially when we were using Dan James very well in the first half, out wide on the right-hand side. Some good overlapping runs from Jayden Bogle there. Same with Firpo on the other side. We also had Nonto kind of interchanging with Dan James. I feel like the width really caused them a lot of problems early doors, and we just didn't capitalize on it. Joseph missed a few chances, and I'm not going to leather Joseph. I know quite a few people might, because of the chances that he did miss. But for me, he looked hungry, he was pressing well, he was very energetic, and those were the positive signs that I took from the first 25-30 minutes. I thought there were a lot of positives to take from it. However, we still went into the half 2-1 down, because defensively, we just left gaps and we made stupid mistakes. I thought defensively we were actually strong for the most part of the game, because Portsmouth didn't create any dangerous chances. You know, second half, going into the second half, losing 2-1, and it's literally the XG of 0.09 to 1.82 in Leeds United's favour. Because the first goal, Meslier, I don't know what the hell he's doing. He has to save that. A lot of people have criticised him. I've been one of his big defenders, but even I can't defend that. OJ Simpson's lawyers could not defend Meslier for that one. That was appalling, mate. What was he playing at? The ball was straight at him, and he fucking palmed the ball into his own net. I don't know what he was actually gearing at there. That was terrible. And then the second goal, as you say, they had a free kick from 45 yards out, almost near their halfway line. And they still managed to catch converter into the back of the net. Because Leeds didn't step up. They looped it forward. Rodon headed it out. He should have headed it to the sidelines. You'd never head it into the danger area. He's headed it straight into the middle of the park, where they had 3 or 4 blue shirts lining up. Should have headed it to the touch, where we could have potentially got the ball out of the wide area. There's less danger. But no, Cardinal sin of football, heads it down the middle, and then we're static. We're stood still. No one's moving. No one's quick on their toes. The defensive line, you learn it in Sunday League, mate. You head the ball out. Everyone drives forward. Everyone tries to close them in. We're stood still. We're static. And, steam more movement in the still image that they did from a lot of those Leeds defenders back there. And then in the midfield, we get held up a little bit. Rutter and someone else. I think it might have been Ampadu. It might have been someone else. Please, again, feel free to correct me with who exactly it was. But those two are not quick enough to get to close them down. And then they just rip a shot from 30 yards out. And it's a beautiful shot. It's a beautiful finish. And no one could do anything about the strike. So, listen, the goals they actually scored were goals that were kind of unsavable. Hence why you kind of see it with the XG. Well, not unsavable, but goals that you can't criticize the defense too much for, which is where it's kind of tough to take. My main issues with the performance, obviously, is not taking our chances. But what I will say positively, because I do want this to be a positive day, because it's the first game of the season, is we are seem to gel a lot more. The team is flowing. The way we're playing is flowing a lot better. There's a lot more synergy in our movements, the triangles, the way we're moving it from side to side and still going forward. It seems to be a lot creative. Last year, first few games of the season, I'm sat there, I'm saying, listen, I like the individual quality we have. We've never really had that with Leeds, but the actual team play isn't that great. Well, today, it was the opposite. The team play was great. We just didn't have that individual quality. We didn't have that Somerville to change the game on a knife edge and win the game for us. That's where I feel like the performance was lacking a little bit. What do you guys reckon? Do you think I'm leaning too much into that? Were you impressed with the defense? Were you impressed with our play going forward? Do you think tactically we got it right? Because I think we kind of did. We just didn't have that individual quality and we wasted our chances. It's as simple as that for me. And then, again, we bring it back to 2-2. Brilliant goal by Nanto. We're in the game. Don't take our chances. Not clinical enough going forward. And they get a penalty in the 90th minute. Stupid decision by Jaden Bogle. Yes. Do I think it was a dive? Yeah. It was a bit of an extenuated fall. But you can't wrap your arm around someone's neck. You just can't. And then I'm sat there. We're all sat there talking. Listen. I've said exactly what I just said. No, not enough individual quality. And then out of nowhere. From the clutches of defeat. Pirot, outside of the foot, to Brendan Aaronson, off the bench, put 6 pounds of muscle on and 6 pounds of charisma while he's at it, because he dives inside and absolutely drills it into the bottom left-hand corner. Beautiful technique, inch perfect precision finishing, one shot, one goal. And I'm sat there saying, is that the individual quality that Leeds have been missing? Is this the missing piece of the jigsaw puzzle? And right as those words are leaving my mouth, I look up, my eyes are bulging open, my jaw drops to the floor as Brendan Aaronson is in one-on-one. Could he get 2 goals in 2 minutes in the 98th minute of the game, become an absolute hero and change everyone's opinion on him? Obviously, he left his sour grapes before. Could he change everyone's opinion with a goal here? And he shanked it. The easiest chance of the game. One-on-one. 2/3 of the goal gaping. My flipping bicycle. That's not even a salient. That can't even string a salient thought together. Could have finished that one. And he blazed it wide. Absolute Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde from Brendan Aaronson. He's Dr. Jekyll in the first side. You think he's the absolute man. Cometh the hour. And then Mr. Hyde blazes the ball wide. You can't write it. But, listen, he's come off the pitch. He's had an impact on the game. And I can't hate him for it. I'd have loved him to finish it. It would have been amazing to steal that win. It would have been beautiful and it would have been what we deserved on the performance. But we didn't do it. We rue our waste chances. And if anything, it goes to show us we need to invest in the squad and bring some quality in. So maybe it's good it didn't paper over the cracks. But please, let me know what you guys thought anyway down in the comment section down below. Who's your man of the match? What do you think of the game as a whole? But for now, guys, I will see you very, very soon. And au revoir, my brothers and my sisters.